Hi, everyone. I'm Valerie Kazubal. I'm so sorry that I can't be with you in person today, but this is a topic that I really think you need to get started talking about and or thinking about. And so I'm hoping that this PowerPoint's going to be ready or the video will be ready so that I can share it with you at the same time that I should have been there. So again, I'm really sorry that I can't be there in person. So we are studying to be paraprofessionals, we are getting our license, and we want to know, how do we get hired? So where do we find job openings? That's always a question. I'm using the West Aurora School District's website and some of their openings to kind of show you where you might find them. If you're applying somewhere else and you can't find them, please just let me know and I can sit down with you and help you do that. But this is the home page, so just going to sd129.org, this is where you land. And then under community is where we find employment. And when you click on employment, the paraprofessional positions are considered non-certified support staff. So that means that here, this whole section of certified vacancies, that's all for teachers. And this is for all of the important support staff that helps our students or their students. Um, some schools don't list paraprofessionals separately, but just look for non-certified support staff or just support staff in general. And usually if you scroll down to the bottom, like if I click on paraprofessional, it'll go right to all the paraprofessional openings. But if there should be, and I can't get to the bottom of this right now, but there should be one that says show all. So if you're ever concerned that you're not at the right spot, just show all and scroll through them to see what you can find. So what I wanted to point out today is that there are many, many types of paraprofessionals, and each district hires and names their paraprofessionals in different ways. So almost every district has special education paraprofessionals, and this is what this is a sample of what you will find when you go to the employment job site. All it has on it is just this. It's the type of position, paraprofessional, the date that it was posted, so you know this has been up a long time. It shows you what school that it's at, and they're hiring as soon as possible. Okay, so this is a position that they are currently hiring for. And if you want to get more information about it, over here on the right, it says print version. And if you click on that, you will see all the details of the job. And I think I've got samples of that. I had them to bring to class printed out, and I will get them to you next week. I just can't be there today, and I'm so sorry about that. The other kind, and this is one that I thought I definitely want to show you. So this is their learning center paraprofessional. It's a support staff. The date it was posted was just in March, so just a few weeks ago. It's at Jefferson Middle School, but look at the date that it's available. They are hiring now or interviewing now for positions that will start in the next school year. So at this point, probably if you are going to, once you get licensed, their school year ends by the end of May. So depending on when you get your license, you might be able to get a substitute job, but they are definitely hiring for the following year. So this is, if you ever thought about looking at or working in their learning media center, they are looking to fill that position. Okay, so this was the first one that I showed you. And so when I clicked on print version, this is that support staff paraprofessional, the one that was posted in February. If it says as soon as possible for the date available, that means they're still hiring. And so, but it's got, and this is a special education self-contained classroom. At Goodwin School, for some of their classes, they must be naming them spirit classrooms. So if that is something that you're aware of, just be aware that different schools call their groups different things. But they're looking for a paraprofessional to work in their self-contained classroom. Okay, so the start date as soon as possible. So if anybody was licensed right now, they could apply, and notice that the end date is May 23rd. So this is only the filling in for the rest of the school year. You wouldn't be considered a full-time employee, which means that for the rest of this school year, you would probably just fill out a timesheet and be considered temporary. And so there wouldn't be benefits for this particular position. And then it tells you each building has a different start and end time. So a full-time person works 6.5 hours from 7:45 to 2:45. And these are the requirements for the position. This is the license that you are all studying for. And these are the kinds of things that they're looking for this person to do. Support student independence, support accommodations. You'll all, students in special ed all have IEPs, so which indicate what accommodations a student might need. So as a paraprofessional, you would be aware of what needs each of your students has and how to fill them. You need to be very patient because there can be some challenging behaviors, as well as not only challenging behaviors, but sometimes they are not aware of what is really an appropriate thing to say or not. They don't have as many filters as we might hope. And so you have to be able to not take it personally and just understand that it's all part of their learning process. So down here, be positive, flexible, and supportive. Okay, so this is a position that is still available, but only until May 23rd, and it would be considered temporary. All right. Now, this was the Learning Media Center that I was talking about. This is at Jefferson Middle School. The date that it's available means it's starting August 14th of 2024. So this is a position that they are looking to hire someone full-time for next school year. So if this is something that you want to do, you definitely want to start looking at that application because they're looking for it now. And once there aren't that many learning center paraprofessionals, so if you think you want to do this, the sooner that you apply, the better, but you already have to have your license in order to do that. And again, it gives that it's full-time. The hours are a little bit different because the middle schools start later and end later. And the start date again is August 14th of 2024, and it goes until May 30th of 2025. And again, they're looking for the license. Flexible, of course, is desirable. Able to work in a team because there are a lot of different people who work in the Learning Center, so it's a cooperative type of environment. And it's hopeful. It tends to be a place where students congregate. So being able to build rapport with students is very important. And again, notice down here, because we've talked about this, our particular program is looking to help fill the bilingual paraprofessional need, and they are looking specifically for bilingual. When it says desirable, that's what they're hoping to hire for, but it doesn't mean it will necessarily that is the only person. But if you have that, that gives you a step up. Okay, the next thing I wanted to tell you about is if you get called for an interview, there are some questions that you can be sure you're going to be asked. What I did is I have a copy. Again, I will get these to you next week, and I am so sorry that I'm not there today to do this with you. But get we'll look through we'll talk about a couple of the questions that I am most certain that you will have be asked. So no matter what job you apply for, the employer interviewer is almost always going to ask you, why are you interested in this position? So what I like about this particular article is that it tells you what they're looking for. So they're asking you this question to try to understand why it is that you are interested in the job, and if you can also, while you're explaining why you're interested, talk about what duties you assume are part of the job and that you're qualified for. And so they give an example here, and then down of what is a good sample answer. I would urge you not to just copy or repeat answers from someone else, but get a general idea of what fits you, and then kind of adjust this, and I can help you with that too. Adjust this so that it meets your all of your background and all of your strengths. And then down here is the link. All of the questions that are in here are from this top 20 paraprofessional questions and answers. Okay, what are the qualities that a paraprofessional needs to be successful? So you want to be sure that, again, you're taking this class. So you're going to understand this is the time to shine and show all of the information that you're learning in your class about the skills a paraprofessional needs. So when they ask you this question, they're just trying to make sure that you understand what this position is. And again, here's a sample answer. In the interest of time, I'm going to move ahead on this, and so I can get this video to you. Another one is describe briefly about your experience, or they'll say, tell us about yourself. Anytime you are in an interview where they so sorry. Anytime you're in an interview where they say, tell us about yourself, what they are asking you for is, tell us what background, education, experience, skills you have that make you interested in this job as well as qualified to do this job. And so, again, remember that we want to highlight the fact that you are all bilingual, because our school districts are really in need of bilingual paraprofessionals. So that is a skill that you have that is very valuable. And then you can also think about any examples either with your own children or with um, if you volunteer at church, or if you have volunteered at your local school and helped with field trips or anything like that, or had any job, maybe in daycare or some kind of preschool. You know, these are all the types of things where you interacted with children, even if you babysat or did childcare for several members of your family. That is also an experience that you can add into this. Okay, and then why do you feel you are the most suitable for this role? This is your place to say, I am the exact right person for this job. And how do we know, how can we get them, what can we say about ourselves to be the exact right person? Anytime you are going for any job, whether it's paraprofessional, whether it's in the business world, whether it's in retail, you always want to look at the job description for the skills that they are looking for or requiring for the job. And you want to show how you have those skills and how you've used them. That's what makes you the person who is most suitable for this job. Share with us your greatest achievements. So when you are talking about an achievement, try to have it relative to the role of a paraprofessional. And even if it is working out a learning situation for your own students. You know, you have all experienced e-learning at home. This would be a great example of what a greatest achievement would be if you helped your child navigate the e-learning that was thrust upon us by COVID. So think about that as a possible achievement of working that in. But that's kind of the example. Or if you have one of your children or a neighbor, if you've done tutoring or you've helped someone who maybe was shy, you help them understand how to approach people and you practice that with them. Those are all things that you examples that you can use. This question assumes, because of the way it's written with, have you ever had a disagreement with a lead teacher? That's assuming that you've already been a paraprofessional. So I would think of an example as, have you ever had a disagreement with a supervisor? And if you don't have a supervisor that you can think of an example of, think of a disagreement with someone that you were working on a project with, either for your family or your church or your community. Anytime that you've worked as part of a team and had a disagreement, you want to explain what it was and how you resolve it. And so what they're looking for is that even if you disagree, the lead teacher is the person who has the last say. It's okay that you want to express what your position is, but you can't expect that that's the teacher's going to change their position. So it's always that you understand you follow the lead of the lead teacher. Okay, unfortunately, I'm not there. If you have questions, please put them in an email. I don't know if no, I didn't. I'm so sorry. I did not put my email address on there or my telephone. Sorry, I was not prepared for this. I thought I was going to be there in person. I'm going to end this really quickly. If you have questions, please write them down. You can leave them with your teacher. I know Leslie's not there today, I don't know who your substitute teacher is, but if you could please just leave them in my mailbox, I'll be happy to answer questions individually. All right, everyone. Again, I'm so sorry I couldn't be there in person, and have a great day.